So, I'm going to start piling the money up on the back table here. I'd like the bills facing the same direction, and I want to face that. Exactly.
Last week was the Republic Day of Turkey, so I celebrated with you.
Very good. Thank you.
It's a plug for Matt Mahaffey. He was a partner in the new Route 2, and it took 3 people, but he does the work of 3, and it's just a great pleasure to work with that.
Thank you very much.
In response to that,
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. We have a
I want to apologize to Roger and Matt. I showed up at 11:45 instead of 10:45 for the meal and almost right. So, and I actually got a meal ticket at time.
Okay. We'll take anything. Promises. Whatever. Very good. Thank you. Sorry.
I want to thank Doug. He took me to lunch yesterday from Take Rotary to lunch, and I'm taking my grandson to Japan in 2 weeks, and he helped me to, he had lived in Japan and talked to me about Japan, and I'm ready to go now.
Excellent. Lynn?
So our company's participating in Movember this year. That's everybody that participates, if they don't shave for the month, then we donate $100 for men's health awareness. So once a year, I remember that I really don't know how to grow a beard.
Are you ready? Are you guys ready for this? Okay, here we go.
So a few weeks ago, like at the end of October, my soccer season ended.
Okay, so I will be here next week because I will be a student leader at outdoor school, which is really exciting. I already went once this session and they invited me back because they really like me.
This is a rather lame brag, but I really can't think of something. So I just finished a book that I've been trying to read for like 4 months, but I can't get into, but I'm required to read. I finished it last night at like 11:30, so I'm very happy about that.
I'll brag on our friends and partner at the Northwest Children's Theater who are participating mightily in our fundraiser. They're going to provide entertainment from some of the kids at the auction. And as a live auction item, assembling a package of 4 tickets to their show, lunch before, or brunch before the show, the matinee, and private interview with cast members of the show, a backstage visit to the costume closet and makeup room where they get all made up and have their photos taken, and some other goodies. Here's to the Northwest Children's Theater.
Well, first of all, I want to acknowledge our singers this morning, Senator Chia. And next week, I would like to sing the Lorelei original German as we came down the Rhine River. I won't do it, I promise not. And secondly, Paul, I want to tell him, I admire him for getting water out of things, and I've done that myself. And I have a whole basement full of catheters.
So this one is to my dad. I've been gone from Rotary for like a long time. I went back to the Midwest. I was there almost the whole month of October. He got through his cancer. He had esophagus cancer. It's cancer-free. So that's the good news. Went through the chemo, went through the radiation, had his esophagus removed. So I guess it's a little silver lining for anyone who has a family member that is diagnosed with cancer. There is hope. Just gotta like keep plugging away one step in front of the other, and he's on the road to recovery now.
So one thing I've learned over the years is that if you set a goal, you got to share it with people. So I'm asking for a little accountability here. 5 years ago, I did a big race, and so in 7 months, I have the Ironman I'm going to do in Australia. So if you see me eating any processed meats or drinking too much beer, please tell me.
How much is too much?
A couple beers is okay.
Had a great trip to the Southwest. I'm glad the government was open because we went to national parks, and one of them was the Grand Canyon. But Jerry, you had a lot better view than we did, but we had a heck of a view there too. And my granddaughter just got back from outdoor school and had a great time And I had dinner with 3 of my former students recently, who are in their 40s now, and I had them in 6th grade. And our whole topic of conversation was, after all these years, our week at outdoor school. It was a pretty amazing experience.
Spent a great weekend with my sister and her family in Florence, Oregon. Went to an auction to get primed up, ready for a couple weeks for our auction. You know, spending money, that's easier the more often you do it.
Stan, my father was a reserve Clackamas County cop for almost forever. And this is a buck for the Oregon City Reserve cop that we lost over the weekend. My little thought for the day, this is a prayer that's by Grumpy. It's kind of a takeoff on something you've already heard. It's, Lord, grant me the sincere serenity to accept stupid people the way they are, courage to maintain my self-control, and the wisdom to know that if I act on it, I'll go to jail.
Some of you have met Blessing. I brought him here to our meetings. He's a boy from Zimbabwe. Operation of Hope brought him to reconstruct his face. Long ago, he put a landmine in his mouth thinking it was a toy, and it blew up. He's having his 3rd surgery tomorrow, and they will give him teeth. And so for those of you who pray for him, the doctors, and for his easy recovery. All the doctors and the hospitals, all that is donated, and so we're just praising the Lord for what they're doing for Blessing.
The first is for Paul. I'm Service Master. I'm an agent with State Farm, as most of you know, and awesome company. If you've got a mess, really awesome company. The second one is, what book did you just finish?
I got a good news and a bad news story. I'm one of the founding members of a urban co-housing community in Fremont, Williams. Call ourselves PDX Commons. And the good news is we have a veritable expert in the field of co-housing. She's been involved in 50 different projects around the country. She's coming to speak to us on the bad news is Thursday night. The good news is if you have a VDR, you can record either the Sounders game or the Ducks game, whichever is your preference. And then you can come to the presentation and go see the games without seeing all the advertising.
Just for out here and all your good work and your team and so forth, I'll let you know that my foursome is, the money's coming, the money's in the mail. I encourage every one of us that haven't had our tickets to do so. That's how this is successful.
Okay, would you give it to
Never hit George with the microphone. And it's been a relaxing weekend in North Bend where telephone communication does not exist.
I've got 4 for our exchange students. Just what an awesome program, and I know Dave's not here, but it's amazing how much work he does and the rest of the committee to get these students here. And then I've got an anti-brag for daylight savings time. I can't stand it. Everyone else gets an extra hour of sleep but me, because my kids still think they wake up typically at 5. And so all of a sudden 5 becomes 4. And I'm trying to explain to them that no, it's not 5, it's 4. It's actually 3:50. And you need to go to bed.
As I was putting together a live auction item, rafting, I thought I'd recruit a little help. So I'm happy to announce that there's 2 bucks there that Connolly Woody and the Boger have agreed to join us as scouts.
I just want to give a shout out to my friend Casey Derricks, who got a bronze star in the too. So I just wanted to shout out to him.
I have 2 brags, but one's only worth a quarter because I thought it was $1. Next week I'm going to miss a meeting, so you're going to have a lot better looking president for the day. Tracy's covering. I will be traveling to Europe at about 11 o'clock today for work, and I'll spend 3 days in Aarhus, Denmark, 3 days in Hamburg, Germany, and 3 days in San Sebastian, Spain, all for work. So, I'll miss you guys next week.
All right, thank you guys.